Hello and welcome back to another episode of Good Luck Agro's onion storage business. So in this particular video, we're going to have an interesting chat with another subscriber from Sudan. Yes, Sudan is one of the African countries, and this gentleman by the name Hassan had reached out to me on my WhatsApp after seeing many of my videos about the onion storage business, the way we do it in India, and he was interested and intrigued about the way he can also store onion in this Sudan, because Hassan is also a farmer in Sudan and he wants to take his business to the next level. And unfortunately, the method that they use in Sudan is kind of primitive from what Hassan says, and he wants to go to the next level of storage by using more scientifically proven technology or methodology, so that the wastage in terms of weight loss and damages is minimized. All right, so this particular conversation was held over Zoom because I wanted to have a video recording of this, and so I invited Hassan to have a Zoom meeting, and it went over 1 hour. So I'm sure that you guys don't have the patience to watch a video that runs for 1 hour, right? So anyway, that's the reason I've done this into a 3-part series. So the first part is basically where Hassan talks about his particular situation in Sudan, the way he runs his onion business, the way he farms, the way he stores and stuff like that, and what is the market conditions, the seasons they grow, and very interesting things about how they do onion business in Sudan. The second part is where Hassan kickstarts his question and answer session, and he puts up all the questions that he wants to know about the onion storage business, how we do it in India, and how it can benefit him back in Sudan. And the third part is, of course, the follow-up of the second part, which is again has a lot of content about the storage of onions in India and the different seasons, the places where we grow onion, and so on. So I bet this is going to be an interesting series. So I request you all to watch all the 3 parts if possible, if time permits, and if you are interested in the onion storage business as well. But before we jump into the video, I'm sure that most of you might be wondering, where is Sudan? What do they do there, right? So my editor has put up a beautiful drone shot of this Sudan, especially Khartoum, the city of Sudan, and have a look at it, and then we can jump right away into the subject matter of onion storage in Sudan. Guys, did you like the drone shot? I'm sure you did, right? So it was interesting, right? So I'm sure that the particular conversation that's going to follow now is also going to be very interesting and useful. So stay tuned till the end and let's dive in. Hi Hassan, how are you?
Yes, how are you, sir? I'm fine.
So Hassan, I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for asking, and thanks for joining this meeting. Hassan, I would like you to give a small brief about yourself, what do you do, where are you from, and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Hassan Omer. I'm from Sudan,
Okay.
and we are in the agriculture business here in Sudan, and we're about to enter into the onion farming sector. And of course, one of our main concerns is storing or the storage of onions as farmers for us, because as you know, at the time of harvest, the prices are very low. So we would definitely think about storing our onions.
Do you have your own land, or do you take it on lease and do the agricultural activities, or how is it?
Actually, it's both. we do farm in our own land, which is around maybe somewhere around 10 to 12 acres.
Sorry?
But mainly we lease. It's somewhere around 10 to 12 acres.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but mainly we lease out land, and so we rent it for around. You can say we can grow per season somewhere in the range between 50 to 100 acres.
Great. Fine. And so are you a farmer yourself or are you a trader?
Well, we are farmers, and we haven't been into the onion market as traders yet. But storage units, why not? Maybe we might consider becoming traders as well.
Okay. Do you export your onion from Sudan or is it domestically consumed? Because, in India, we export a lot to our neighboring countries like Bangladesh. So we do a lot of exports to, you call UAE, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and stuff like that. What about you guys? I mean, you from Sudan, do you export anywhere nearby or how is it?
Okay, so usually Sudan exports to a lot of countries in Africa. Um, uh, Unfortunately, we don't have proper information on where exactly the onion goes. But we know that for sure that we export to Ethiopia, we export to Eritrea, to
Okay.
Chad, and also Central Africa. And from these countries, our onion goes to some different countries as well. So these are the main countries that our like the main bulk of our export is to Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Chad, you can say.
Great. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
So how do you store your onions now actually? What is your conventional method of storage?
Okay, so a conventional method right now is it is stored in sacks, uh, 100 kilogram sacks, and it is covered with the mesh on the top, so it is for allowing the air to pass definitely. And then it is flipped upside down. They flip the whole sack upside down, so the mesh side is below, and they lift it up from the ground. So they put maybe a rack down, so that there is some air circulation.
Why do you flip it upside down? Why do you store it upside down? Why not the regular way?
Like
Or why not store it
even
one on top of the other?
even doctors and professional people in Sudan, they could not figure out why people are doing this. We don't know till now why are people doing this. They just got used to this, and this is the way they start. Like they flip it upside down, but it does not make, to be honest, it does not make much sense. Like why would you flip it upside down? I don't know. To be honest, this is what they do, yani.
So it's
And
been
even
followed
sometimes they
traditionally
keep it.
over the years.
Exactly. So
So there's
this is
no
a
scientific
tradition.
logic behind it. So maybe you should go back and
No.
ask your ancestors or maybe your kind of people in the market as to why they do it.
Exactly. Of course, if you ask, I asked a lot before. So this is their explanation is that this is the only way that you can, preserve the onions, the best way to preserve the onions and so on. But of course, it does not make any sense because all the heat from the ground is coming up to the to the onions. So which is definitely not a good thing. And then they stack all the sacks right next to each other like this, and there is definitely not much air circulation in the whole the way that they're storing the onions. Plus, they lose a lot of produce this way.
Oh,
So definitely they are losing. You can say minimum 10% per month. This is what they're losing. So if they store the onions for 4 or 5 months, they are definitely between weight loss and between like rotting of the onions itself. They're losing minimum somewhere around 40 to 50%, and sometimes up to 60%.
so Hassan, actually, you were saying that you store onions in the sacks. So do you store it one on top of the other, or you just spread it across on the land, or how is it actually?
But it's only on the level ground, and it's not on top of each other. No, just on level ground. And to be honest, sometimes they even do it without even shed. Like the sunlight is directly on on the onions.
Onion. Okay.
So there is no shed as well. And it's just a sack and just lift it from the ground, maybe like 5 centimeters or something, and that's it.
Fine. So how
Yeah.
long can you store this kind of way in this particular methodology? How long can you store your onion?
Like I told you, there usually it's around maybe maximum 5 to 6 months.
Okay.
But at the same time, the loss in your stored onions is very high. And definitely,
Oh.
you're losing 50% for sure.
50?
50, yes, 50.
My God, that's huge, actually.
Yes,
okay.
yes, that's huge.
By the way, when you're talking about loss of onion, there are two things over here. One is the weight loss. The other one is the loss because of damages. So which is more, which component is more over here?
More is the damage and rotting of the onions.
Rotting of onions and damages.
Yes.
So have we done any
yes.
calculation on the weight loss part as to how much we lose over the period?
To be honest, I haven't done specific calculations, but I think the most of the weight loss that is happening, it happens in the beginning of the season. Mainly the loss is in the weight, and then after that, after 2-3 months, then you start having rotting onions and damage from other things. Yeah.
Okay. So talking about seasons, actually talking about seasons. So when does your crop start? When do you cultivate it or harvest it? When do you stock it? And how long does it? How long do you keep it in storage for selling at a higher price? Can you just give some brief introduction about that?
Yeah, sure. So the main season in Sudan is the winter season. So this is the main season for onions. It's usually people are planting seeds in the range between 15th of October till the end of December. Okay, this is the planting season at this range. Harvest time is around March and April. This is where the people are harvesting the onions. So this is the main season.
Okay.
This is when the prices go down and everything is cheap and everything is nice, yeah. And then people start buying in the markets from May and June, and they start buying. Even the farmers themselves, they don't sell all their produce except if they need some money. You know how it works.
Yeah.
And then the farmer himself will keep the onions in the ground covered up, and then they keep it for like 1 month or 1 month and a half, and then the rain season will come. Before the rain season comes, they have to take it and put it in sacks, and they store it after that. And so, like I told you, storage is from the May, June, July, August, and then September. Prices go really high, September and October, and so after October, May, like through November, then the second season starts coming out. But the people that plant at this time are not very much. Like there isn't a lot of onions that is produced at this time. So one of the main things that affect the prices of onion here in Sudan is the export as well. So sometimes because some policies, they will stop export of onion. So as soon as something like this happens,
Same here in
the
India
prices
too.
go down.
Same in India
Yes,
too. When the price
exactly.
goes up, the government puts a ban. They don't allow us to export.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So talking about Hassan, talking about prices. So what is the indicative prices when your crop starts? I mean, the low season, how much is the price going on, and when the price goes up, hits the roof, how much does it go up to? Any indications?
Okay. Yeah,
and,
sure.
by the way, what is the currency that you use in Sudan, and how much is it to a dollar? Some small indication like that, because we're talking about international audience here, right? In our YouTube channel.
Of course, yeah. Of course, our currency is pounds, Sudanese pounds. But I think it's better if we talk in dollars because the numbers are a bit too much. Like $1 is equivalent to 580 Sudanese pounds.
Oh.
So we have huge inflation here in Sudan. Yeah. So maybe I will just give you an example. I'll pop up my calculator now. I'll just give you an example of for the beginning of this season, the price, and the price right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of the season, one sack was 7,500 divided by 580, which is around $13. You can see per kilogram.
Okay.
Around $13. Yeah. Now the price is 30,000 divided by 80. It's around $52 currently.
So did you say $13 approximately at the beginning of the season?
Yes.
And now it's come to 52. Did I hear it right?
Yes.
52?
Yes, 52, yes. It actually, now it came down a little bit. It actually went even higher than this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
does it happen every year like this, or is it just happened this year?
No, every year this happens. Almost every year. Almost every
So
year.
the question here is, Hassan, actually now you make such a phenomenal amount of profit, and why do you let so much of onions to go wasted actually? When you make so much money, why don't you put some effort and a little bit of investment to kind of secure the product produce and get more yield? That means cut down the loss. Why don't you do that?
Exactly. This is the same reason I'm talking to you right now. Because
Great. So can you just tell the viewers over here as to how you got my number?
Actually, I was following you on YouTube. I was searching on ways of storing onions, and like you know, in the West, they're mainly storing in cooled storage. Cooled storage maybe here in Sudan is a bit difficult with electricity not available everywhere, and the prices are very high here in Sudan. So uh, I saw the things that you guys are doing in India, and to be honest, I'm feeling the temperature, even temperature in Sudan and India are very relevant. Yeah, so I was thinking that maybe the same system that is working there definitely could work here in Sudan. So that is the main reason I was looking online on YouTube, and I found your videos. I was very interested, and then I immediately contacted you. Yeah. Actually, I
Fine.
had some videos. I was at the beginning when I saw you. Some videos were in Indian,
Yeah.
but then I saw a couple of videos in English, and it was very, very beneficial. Yeah.
Most of my videos are in English because actually I know that I'm trying to cater to an international crowd actually, because I have had these kind of inquiries from Ghana, from Kenya, also from Sudan. We're talking about the African countries. We didn't get any particular inquiries about storage from other countries, but we got business inquiries. Okay. So the idea behind putting these videos is to convert it into a business. The idea of recording this video is also to convert into a business down the line actually. So this is how we monetize our YouTube channel. And apart from that, you can also probably do the same thing if you want to grow your business in your Sudan also. So this is one thing. Apart from that, actually down south in India, we have many regional languages, and I'm catering most of my clients are from southern India. Okay, so southern India, we are talking about a language called Tamil, Tamil, Tamil. So which is where my hometown is, Tamil Nadu. So some videos are specifically meant for them, and I want to monetize my business over there. So I put it in regional languages in Tamil. So there are also been requests about videos coming up in Hindi languages, but Hindi or other North Indian languages. But I don't. I don't speak so fluently, so I don't put so much of Hindi languages actually. So fine. So Hassan, now we'll get to the point. So I understand that you were the one who called me and you wanted to clear some doubts and wanted to ask me questions. But all this time, I was the one who was asking you the questions, because just to get an introduction about what you are doing, where you're from, and how to answer in a way that is more related to you. That's the reason I've been asking you all the questions. Now over to you, Hassan. Now you can ask me whatever you want. Feel free now. Go ahead. So guys, was that interesting? I'm sure it was, right? So thanks for watching until the end of the first part. So I'm sure most of you would like to watch the second part and the third part, and to make things easier, I will left the link in the description below. Also, you can click over here for the second part and over here for the third part. So thanks a ton. See you in the next coming episode. Until then, take care. Bye bye.